How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This video is all about the Gunprimer Void Air Purifier and Dust Collector. Before I go any further, I just want to give a huge shout out to my sponsor, USA Gundam Store, for sending me this to unbox and review for all of you. They recently started carrying all of Gunprimer's products, such as the Void and the Razor Gate Removal Set. And I was really curious about this specific product because I work in my basement. There's not a lot of airflow if I don't open up some of the smaller windows in here. And when working on kits, my desk gets very dusty. It gets all over my tools. It gets on like my paint rack, for example. And I'm just curious to see what this is all about. So have not opened this up yet for you at all. We're going to do that together in the video. Just want to give you a quick little swivel so you can see what the packaging is. If you're familiar with Gunprimer, you know that they have really awesome packaging. They take pride in their items, and this box is no different. A little bit of information here. It runs off of a DC 12 volt. This is made in Korea. This is not only marketed for your hobby station or your workbench or your hobby room. They market this for your home as well. So pretty cool the way that goes. And 2-speed, says easy interface. Right here it talks to you about the filter, some of the things that it can collect. I am curious about the filter. It does say here that it's washable and reusable. I'm always leery about these new products that are one-offs because you look at filters and how many times you have to reuse them or where to purchase them. So let's go ahead and unbox this, see what's inside, and we'll go over that. Alright, so now that we've unboxed it, let's go over what we get inside the box. You get your instruction manual, which comes in several different languages. Let me go over here. So, product features, Void manual, your adapters, tells you how it works. It talks about your filters and how to clean those filters. So, pretty good instructions there. You get 2 different prongs here. So this is going to be your main cable. This obviously isn't set up for a US plug, but it does come with this. It says the Travel Universal Adapter Surge Protector. This actually feels pretty substantial, actually. There's 2 USBs on the side, USB 1.2, and then the way that this works, up top, you'd push out, and you would plug that in there. You have your smaller connection for the back, and then your on and off switch. So getting a feel for it, pretty cool. Feels good. I think there's enough length here. I'll open it up. I'll tell you exactly how much length it is in just a second. Let's go ahead and talk about the Void. So out of the box, this is pretty sturdy. I've been shook it a couple times. This right here is the only thing that kind of makes noise. It's like a little plate that goes over. Really nice, all white. You have the chrome corners all around. This is actually the rear of the unit that says Void. You have more chrome there. That's your port to plug it in. And then up top, this is your soft touch. There's no feedback there right now with no power on, but you can actually feel that this is actually raised. So let's go ahead and plug this in see what this is all about. This is marketed as being extremely quiet, so let's check it out. All right, so I have it all plugged in. Let's go ahead and do this live. I have not turned this on. We're actually experiencing this for the first time here. So let's go ahead. It says soft touch. Let's touch it. All right, I don't know if you can see. You've got these pretty cool blue LEDs in the top right corner. I can definitely feel the air brushing. Let's go ahead. I'll bring it closer to my phone so you can hear it. And this is supposed to be 2 speeds, so I'm assuming the next one would be high. Okay, so this actually starts off on its highest speed when you press it once, and if you press it again, it goes to its lower speed. I'll bring it closer in so you can kind of hear that. This is actually pretty quiet, to be honest with you. I'm not just saying that. So let's go again. So off and on. That's not bad. And the way it works, so right here, product usage says when using it as a dust reducer, place the front cover that sucks air in front and work within 5 centimeters. So you basically want to work within the void, right? So probably have your piece here and sand and do all that stuff within the void. So let's go ahead and turn this off. Or that's low. And then off. I'm going to have to get used to that. So I'm going to unplug this real quick and we're going to talk about the filter. So this actually has 2 stages of filters. I'm going to try to do this live for you guys. Again, this is just a honest product review, right? So twist it. You have 1 filter that's attached here. And this is actually a pretty cool filter here. So this supposed to come out. Again, I haven't done this. I just read the manual, guys. So this filter here comes out. Wow, it's like accordion. This you can clean. I think this whole thing comes out. I don't really want to do that right now, but it looks like it's attached by this strand there. Actually, I'll go ahead and do that. I don't care. So these are all together, and yeah. This pushes out, and this is your first level of filtration. I think I did that right. Nope. So that actually goes all the way in. That's actually pretty easy to put in and take out. I know it might look like I'm struggling with it, but again, I'm doing this while looking through my phone, so no big deal. Here's your fan on the inside. So this comes with it's called a Speedy Cooler Spiritor Model SD. And you can kind of look at that. It looks like a big computer fan, so I'll leave that up for you. You can check that out. Not really much else going on the inside. It's pretty simple. It looks really clean. This is upside down. This goes right back in. Do that while this is laying flat. So that part just sets in, and let's line this back up here and twist and lock in. Obviously, we need to see how this thing works as a filter, right? If this thing is actually going to do what it's supposed to do. It's not just going to be some cool gadget on a desk. Will this actually purify your air, or at least catch the dust? So I think what I want to do is maybe turn off the light and zoom in. You might be able to see the dust particles a little better. Let me figure out what works best for the camera, and then I'll show you real quick how it works, and then I'm going to use it for a little bit and tell you my impressions. All right, so let's get to that. All right, guys. I have the Void on, and I finally figured out what's the best way to showcase its strength. So here's what we're going to do. I have this piece here. I wanted to do this on camera so you see that I wasn't cheating or anything like that. I'm going to go ahead and treat it as I normally would, using my God hands to just get rid of whatever was left over. I'm not going to go ahead with my hobby knife. I do want some nub to be there, but again, very minimal on both sides. The way this is going to work, I'm going to go ahead and use this Infinity sanding sponge. These are fantastic. I use these for all my builds. The way I usually do it is I go 400, 600, and then 800. For this, I'm using a pink piece because I think that's going to pick up the most. As you can see, I've already used the bottom, so there's already dust there. I'm, again, not going to cheat, going to try to keep this real with you. So I'm just going to sand this piece using the front that I have not used yet. I'm going to go ahead and do it inside the void so you can see like a top down how to use it. Then I'm going to turn off all the lights, and with this paintbrush here, I'm just going to go ahead and show you everything that picked up, and then you'd be able to actually see how well it does pull in. With the lights on, it's very difficult to do it, but I've already messed around with this a little bit. It actually does take all the dust. So I'm going to throw on some music. I'm going to sand this again. This is clean. I haven't used this yet. I'm just going to sand one piece, right? I could cheat the system and, you know, sand like 10, 20 pieces, get this thing really dusty and make it seem like this is better than it's not. Doing a nice, fair review for you guys. So let's check it out. Alright, so that's all the dust that was left over. I'm going to do a quick cut. What I'm going to do is actually take my phone off, and I'm going to show you inside the void. And actually, you know what? I'll show it to you right now, just so you can see. This is already pretty dusty. I don't know if you can tell. With the light, you can see all this dust. This did actually pick up a lot just from that one piece. So, I don't know if the lighting is too real there, but you can see the dust that had already accumulated just from one piece. So let me go ahead and turn off the light. I'll give you a different angle, and I'll show you exactly how strong this thing is using just from one piece. Alright guys, it's the same 400 grit sanding stick, this brush. Let's go ahead and see if I can get this on camera for you. Alright guys, the Gunprimer Void. I really hope that last shot showed you exactly how it worked. I know it's really cheeky to go ahead and take a brush and just dust it into a fan, but I can assure you from recording and trying to get all these different angles while working inside of it that I tried everything possible to show you that it did that same exact amount of work while working in the void. And I just couldn't get it. And that's why I wanted to show you that I was only using one piece, using that one sanding stick, and I didn't, you know, go behind your back and sand 1,000 pieces and then waft a huge plume of dust in there. I had taken 10 pieces of plastic, and I used the void for 5 of them, took the void away, and used it and just sanded again. I did that on top of a black t-shirt, and this thing works. The amount of dust that accumulates just from 5 pieces is crazy. And I was just sanding it the normal way that I always sand pieces. I wasn't being like excessive. It was really interesting to see that this thing does work. And on top of that, I almost never used it on the high setting. So I would always turn it on, put it to low, and it worked perfectly too. Another thing is, as far as space goes, this is a size A3 cutting mat, right? This doesn't take up that much space. So if space is an issue, this isn't very cumbersome. And I use very big sanding sticks. These Infinity sanding sticks are probably the largest ones that I personally own. And I was still able to fit in here with pieces. And I didn't feel like I was changing the way that I built just to accommodate or justify having this void, right? I was able to do everything the same. If you work on larger models, car models, and you want to sand something larger, let's say you're into resin builds and it's a large resin piece, and you're tired of wearing your respirator, you're tired of wet sanding, whatever the case may be, you need more space, twist this off, and now you have an even larger space to work in. So those are all things to put into consideration with it. I like it. It is aesthetically pleasing, right? But are all those things worth the price tag? I don't know, to be honest with you. At $229, I'd be hard pressed to purchase this just because that is a lot of kits that I could get, or, that's a lot of paint. That's a lot of other accessories. And again, that's just my personal opinion. I'm keeping it real with you. I'm not sure exactly what Gunprimer sells it for on their website, but USA Gundam Store has it at $229, which is definitely cheaper than their price. And if you go ahead and use my code or any of the USA Gundam team's codes, you're going to save an extra 10% if that was an issue. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this review. This was really fun for me to actually test out. This is the first product that I think I'm the first one to review that I know of. So that was interesting. It's the first product that I've really fully reviewed. So I hope that this type of content is something that you guys enjoy and want to see. I'm going to keep using this, get a better feel for it. If you guys have any other ideas, if you guys have any other questions, comments, concerns, if you hate this thing, if you love this thing, let me know. Hit me up in the comments below, or better yet, reach out to me on Instagram, DM me. I'm very approachable. I'll let you know exactly what I think of it. And if you have another idea of how to record it, let me know. I'll work with you guys. I am curious to see what you guys think. And like I said, I'm really grateful that my sponsor sent me this to test out for you, to give those who are probably on the fence a better idea of what comes with this. I think the real big selling point on this, other than the aesthetics, is the filter. That is a pretty heavy duty filter. And it does do what it's supposed to do, right? You're not just pulling dust from one side and throwing it out. It is capturing that. So if you already were looking for some type of air purifier because you have some type of issues with allergens or, dust mites or whatever the case may be in your home, and you wanted to kind of, double dip and get something for the workbench and your bedroom, maybe this is for you. Like I said, they do market this as a high-end product that can do XYZ. So keep that in mind. This is really cool. It's lightweight. You saw everything that goes in. You saw how to take it apart. And I really, really hope you enjoyed this review. Again, I'm Gio, and I'll catch you on the next one.